Hello, I'm Terry David Mulligan. This is the Mulligan Stew Podcast. It's a given that if you do radio long enough and work hard enough at it, not just radio, but real radio, you make friends along the way. And you can feel the connection to the music. Barney Bentall is that kind of guy. We're friends. Barney Bentall and the legendary Hearts set the rock and roll world on fire in Canada in the 80s. And then he decided to ranch, for one thing. He was destined to ranch, I think. And he headed for Chilcotin country, which they call the Caribou in British Columbia. And now Barney's out there with Barney Bentall and the Caribou Express. The Express is like a confluence of people who have time to go out on the road with Barney. And they love Barney Bentall, love the music they're making. It's as many as 12 or 15 or 16 people on stage, each with their own career. The band, the rhythm section, is the best in Canada. And then everybody steps forward and does a couple of tunes. Barney's going to run down the lineup of this year's Caribou Express. But here's what's best about the Express. They've been doing this for 18 or 19 years and raising funds for charities as they go. Mostly food banks at a time, heading into Christmas, when food banks get tapped out and they need funds. Barney and the Caribou Express supply those funds. And the tour, so you know, Friday, October the 27th, the Bella Concert Hall in Calgary. The 28th, Saturday in Edmonton at Festival Place Sherwood Park. November the 2nd, Glenn Gould Hall in Toronto. November 16, 17, and 18 at Charlie White Theatre at Mary Winspear Centre in Sydney, BC, just outside of Victoria. Sunday the 19th, I wouldn't miss this for the world. Sunday, November 19th, Fulford Hall in Salt Spring Island is going to be goofy crazy. November 24, Parksville. The 25th, the Vogue Theatre in Vancouver. There's a great date. Sunday, the November 26th, Genesis Theatre in Delta. And that's it. 12-piece band, 12 pieces out there, formed in 2005 with Dustin Bentall, his son. They bring generations of musicians together, and they raise awareness and funds for vital charities and services in our communities when they need it most. Way to go, Barn. So now, I'm going to have a conversation with Barney Bentall about these dates and things that he's doing. There's no Caribou Express music yet, so we're going to play some two Barney tracks along the way. Enjoy. Hey, kids, it's Barney Bentall.
Hey, kids, yeah.
I found Barney Bentall. Is that a harp around your mouth?
Well, yes, I can take it off. It's my harp.
No. I just wondered what you were up to.
I was just practicing for this Steve Dawson thing we're doing for 2 nights. I go to Edmonton tomorrow for Canada's Great Kitchen Party, and then the next 2 nights are this. Steve Dawson does a yearly, reimagining of a classic record, and this time it's Bob Dylan's Highway 61.
Highway 61. And so, did you get to pick your songs, or were they assigned?
You know what? It's great the way Steve does it. You get to pick. In the second set you can pick, it's dealer's choice basically for whatever Bob Dylan song you want to do. And I'm going to do Joker Man for that. But for the actual album, he chooses, which is great. So
okay. All right.
I'm honored. I'm doing Desolation Row. It's
wow,
10 minutes of
kidding
stream of poetic genius is what it is.
Now, that's interesting. You can say that because 7 years ago this weekend, Bob Dylan won the Nobel Prize for Literature.
It was 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
Oh my God! COVID really did mess up with the time-space continuum. You just think I would have put that at about 3 or 4 years ago. To be honest,
7 years, yeah. And he was honored, as opposed to maybe turning on his heels and saying I'm not interested. He was on. It blew him away, actually. So as it would.
Yeah.
And we all just went, yes, they got it right. How about that? Okay. How are the tickets? Do we have to worry about tickets there? Is it sold out? Do we know?
I think everything's doing really well. It's a new charity in Edmonton with Festival Place.
Yeah.
So, I mean, any bit of promo helps. The one we really want to establish is Toronto, but that doesn't, that's not CKO's market to plug. But we just really want to make sure that happens so we can continue it back there. And a bunch of them are sold out. So, it keeps building. It's really interesting. I think yeah.
You start the Caribou Express 2023 Goat Rodeo Friday, October the 27th at Bella Concert Hall in Calgary. And that's starring, believe it or not, the Caribou Express. And then Saturday, October the 28th, Festival Place, Sherwood Park in Edmonton. And then the Glenn Gould Studio. Wow. Thursday, November 2. Those 2 dates in Alberta. What's your charity and how many times have you been there?
Well, oh geez. Me, I've been there from our past chats. I'm not one to chronicle everything and go, oh, this is such and such year. I just kind of keep putting one foot in front of the other. I find it keeps me going and keeps me creative. So I would think we've done the Bella about maybe 6 or 7 times,
Sure.
and Sherwood Park maybe 3 or 4 times. But the charity in Calgary is Classroom Champions. Same thing for Toronto. They put mentors in schools, and to help kids. A lot of them are athletes or
Yep.
former Olympians or current Olympians, and they put them together with kids that are struggling, I guess, and help them try and find their way. And I just think that's so important in this day and age. And the CASA is in Edmonton is mental health support organization, and they do wonderful work up there.
I know the one thing that always catches my eye here is that the Charlie White Theatre, the Mary Winspear Centre in Sydney, just outside of Victoria. So Thursday the 16th of November, Friday the 17th, and Saturday the 18th are all sold out.
Well, the woman who runs the Saanich Food Bank, Bev Elder, is just remarkable. She's so good at organizing this, and she does. I was talking to her the other day, and she was saying to me that it used to be that a lot of people were 3 paychecks away from having to use a food bank, and
Sure.
now she feels it's more down in. It's closer to 1 paycheck lost having them use a food bank, and she does such a great job. And from my understanding, like I think last year we raised $87,000 or something over those 3 nights. And then she's kind of a miracle worker with additional funding and the way she her connections that can pretty much triple in terms of what relief is. So really $250,000 of food relief into the community. And it's needed more and more all the time.
The Island Community Services Food Bank in Nanoose, potluck catering, and Delta Firefighters health snack program. So you bring it full circle. You come all the way back to Delta.
Yeah.
The island dates, by the way, you go to Fulford Hall, Salt Spring. They're going to love that.
It's huge over there. It's
it's crazy.
It's nuts, and I think Bill Henderson has agreed to get up and play with us again.
Wonderful.
And that place is just off the charts when we play there.
Fulford Hall. And then Friday, November 24th, if you can get off the island, Knox United Church in Parksville, love that room. Saturday, the 25th, at the Vogue Theatre in Vancouver. Yep. Sunday, the November 27th, the Genesis Theatre in Delta.
Yeah.
The Vogue has to be just a great, warm hug for you.
Yeah, it is. It's great. It's weird. You walk outside and it's quite the environment on Granville Street on a Saturday night, but inside the theater, it's so magical. Did
So-
you get did you see the clip of Dustin and I on horseback doing
Yeah.
That's what I should have sent. That lists all the dates. That was super fun.
I had problems just pausing it. Sorry, I'll put these dates up on our website. We'll get them done.
The preacher shakes the hands of all the members of the congregation as they are birthed out into the blinding light across from the railway station, figuring they might have cheated the devil out of one more week. Blessed are the meek. They sit down to Sunday dinner where the preacher's wife is laid to tea. The tension across the linen cloth, a taut and rusty cable. The eldest daughter steps outside into the alley to get high. Blessed are the hungry, for they'll be satisfied. Oh, hallelujah. Hey, there ain't nothing to say. Come on and you'll find an empty room and sheets for no one lay. Oh, mama, I gotta go. I'm sorry, little sister, but the rock and roll got my soul. And now the preacher wrings his hands, starts pacing by the hour. The worry soon replaced by something sinister, dark and sour. Wondering how to spin it, how to handle all of the scorn. Blessed are those who mourn. The boy joins a band, they get him a fan to rewrite the same old story. Backstage dives, girls giving the eye, all the guts and glory. His ma sends a little bit of money to lend a helping hand. Blessed are the merciful, her son is cursed to travel the land. Oh, hallelujah. Hey, there ain't nothing to say. Come on and you'll find an empty room and sheets for no one lay. Sun on his face as it sets out upon the ocean. Seagulls circling overhead in slow, swirling motion. Holding a woman's hand, still staring down the barrel of a shaky star. Blessed are the pure of heart. And decades later on his deathbed, the preacher wonders why it mattered. You live your life under the load of some old cold that leaves your family scattered. They both want to talk, but the best they can do is a handshake and a nod. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they are the children of God. Oh, hallelujah. Oh, halle, 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 halle. Sheets let no one lay. Oh, mama, I gotta go.
So I know that you said you got off the hook with the numbers about how many years, etc. But you haven't been doing it 18 or 19 years. You've raised over $5 million. I don't know how you do your taxes. You're going to the Toronto. You really want to bring Toronto along. I know that. And don't you think they will?
I think they will. I mean, everybody absolutely loved the show. They didn't know what had hit them last year because, we've never been out there before. Yeah, I think it'll go. I mean, it's a bit of a hard thing to explain. I understand that, but when people see it, then they seem to really get it, and
Okay.
it's
Well,
so much fun, and it's
okay, here's it, and you described it beautifully years ago as gathering these people up as like a goat rodeo. Immediately that was my snakes on a plane moment. Barney Bentall, Matt Masters, Dustin Bentall, good, got those three out front. Ridley Bent, got him out front, and then there's your ace in the hole: Wendy Bird, Jeffrey Kelly, Stephanie Cadman, Scott Smith. Okay. Jeff Hicks, Rob Becker, Simon Kendall, Trixie, and Wild Honey Band. Is that the full band?
Wild Honey is my daughter and her
Yeah.
two friends in Cranbrook, so they're great. They've been and then don't forget Lorna Crozier, the poet.
Yep.
She comes and does the Sydney shows. And what we have, William Prince, I think, is going to play with us in Calgary.
Nice.
And
Do you know who might sit in Edmonton?
I'm not sure yet. I kind of shake the bushes when we go to a place and see who
Is
wants.
Corb in town?
I don't think so. I haven't talked to him in a bit, but yeah. And Tara Lightfoot's going to join us in Toronto. She's just fantastic. So.
All right. Well, you got it sussed. How about Saanich? Do you know who might be sitting in? That's 3 nights.
Well, I think Daniel Lapp will jump
Nice.
in, and then of course my daughter's band, and there's so much. There's people I could ask, but there's so many great musicians and songwriters that I have to be careful. I used to be. At a certain point, people would go, just simmer down, because I go, oh, why don't you come play? And then we're trying to, what's the expression? The Cormac McCarthy, trying to stuff 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag. So, I mean, sometimes I'm better at being judicious at how many people I ask.
Well, it does get full. By the way, let me ask you about your own career. You remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
What does 2024 look like for you? What can we expect?
Well, it's like you were saying, it's busy. It sort of boggles my mind that it can be this way. But my ranch takes time. I do those wonderful trips with Adventure Canada,
Saw that.
the great company, out of Ontario and I circumnavigated Scotland this year and went to Iceland and Faroe Islands, and then I just finished Greenland down the coast of Labrador to Newfoundland.
I saw that.
And I love doing that. That's become part of my year. So, and the kitchen party stuff, it seems like I'm always playing my guitar, but I'm doing, sort of slightly different things with it.
So the question was, what can we expect from you musically?
Oh, good
2024.
question.
What do you think?
My lovely long-suffering partner, Kath, always says, you should answer the question. So I'm going to start. We're going to do another Ranch Raiders record, Jeffrey Kelly and I. That went really well, and I don't have any new record immediately in the works.
Okay.
But yeah, just continue to play, and it's good at this point in my life. And when a record sort of starts not taking, how do you put this? Won't take no for an answer. Songs, and I'll make a record, and I'm lucky in that my record company, True North, they're very supportive.
Well, we're going to find out how supportive they are, my friend.
Yeah.
Well,
Why?
well, because sooner or later you got to become Barney Bentall and turn into
Yeah.
a guy.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
And perhaps it starts with one song, just one song. Maybe
Yeah.
halfway through Desolation Row, you go, wait a minute,
Yeah.
that gives me an idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, the ideas are always there.
We keep losing friends along the way.
Yeah.
I guess you can honor someone at each gig, frankly, because
Yeah. It's true. We do that. Like I know that I was just thinking about it this morning. I was putting my focus towards the Express and wanting to do something for a Robbie Robertson, something either the band or his solo career, and that, because of course the band was so influential for me in terms of my musical education, and Gordon Lightfoot, those are huge for me. So we'll tip the hat.
Can I suggest a song you might want to walk around once?
Sure. Yeah.
I just played Rick Danko, the Rick Danko Band, and the track
Yeah.
is "Sip the Wine."
Oh yeah. Oh really?
Not a
Yeah.
bad song, not a bad group sing.
Yeah. Oh, that's a cool idea. I'll write that down, Terry.
Uh,
Yeah.
Thanks for all of this, and good luck with your Highway 61, your travels down that road.
Oh, thank you.
And who's singing with you, by the way? Just remind us.
Oh, at Highway 61.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'd have to look up that.
That's a long list, is it?
Joaquin Cooter and Don Pemberton.
Oh, yes, of course. By the way, you're sharing the stew.
Jim
Jim
Burns.
Burns.
Oh, what a great band. Holy smokes. That's unreal. That's amazing. Susie Unger, leader.
Yep.
Nadidi Onaquila.
Yep.
Maya DeVitri. Alvin Youngblood Hart.
Yep.
Myself. Oh, yeah, I think those are band members. And it'll be great to play with Jim Burns again. Yeah.
So this next stew, because we're fundraising for the next 2 weeks. By the way,
Yeah.
When you get to Edmonton,
Yeah.
and Calgary,
Yeah.
if you, just like you did at the Philburg, give a shout out to CKUA, will you? Because we'll be in full fundraising mode, hoping to sustain ourselves for another 3-4
Yeah.
years. All right.
Because I think it's so valid what CKUA does. So that's
All right.
what we
Okay.
tried to.
So I'll put those dates again up, and I just hope that you raise another $5 million and you just keep on going, because it's a beautiful thing, and it must feel unbelievable to be standing in the middle of that crowd, singing, playing, watching everybody step forward and take their verse and chorus and stuff. And I the reason why I hound you stalk you is because I want to tell the story. I love the story. And
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
That's very kind of you.
Okay, man.
It's been an interesting journey. Did you get the little 2-minute clip of explaining it?
I saw you talking, but I didn't turn, because it was 8 o'clock in the morning. I didn't turn the volume up. I'll go back and have a look at it. I'll look at it.
No, it's a little clip that's narrated. I'll
Okay.
send it to you right away.
And by the way, you're sharing the next stew because we're fundraising over the next couple of weeks. This Saturday stew has 4 guest interview. It starts with Susan Tedeschi Trucks.
Oh, you're kidding.
She's re-releasing her first solo album. Okay.
Unreal.
The second one is Buffy St. Marie from Hawaii.
Wow. Yeah.
The third one is Tom Wilson, who's doing a Calgary date on the 19th, and you.
Oh,
How about that?
well, I feel that is hallowed company. I'll tell you that much. I'm pretty glad to have been.
And that's why I have to go edit now. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And please say hi to. I met Buffy. It was an honor to meet Buffy a few times. But say hi to Tom when you talk to him.
I will that. Well, it's Sir Tom now.
Yeah, I know. Well, you got the Order of Canada, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Sir would be appropriate. Okay. Great. Well, thanks, Terry.
Hello to the family. All right. I'll see you. I'll see you on
likewise.
the island. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to send you that 2-minute clip. It explains everything.
Thank you very much. As much as I'd like to be at Saanich for those 3 sold-out shows, I think I got to be at Fulford Hall.
Yeah. That's
Just to do crowd control.
Oh, it's off the charts.
Thank
that
you,
one.
man.
Okay. Thanks, buddy.
Bye-bye.
In silence he kept looking for a way to get ahead. Things stay the way they are, I might as well be dead. His wife said, let me ponder that for a while. So he grabbed his saddle, stood at the door and said this with a smile.
Don't wait for me, Marie, this time I'm gone for good. My backside is the last you'll see of me. I'm going in search of gold, make my money before I'm old. Don't worry, don't you weep, and don't you wait for me, Marie.
Chiller back home and rode a horse the year. Sold the nag for $20 and 2 pints of ale. Got into a fist fight, broke his nose and lost a tooth. 5 days at $20 and nothing but the truth. From his cell he saw the Caribou Express rolling into town. PJ Barney diving, wearing a Stetson crown. Silas paid the bail and $10 for the ride. That left him 25, a bloody nose and a little pride. Don't wait for me, Marie, this time I'm gone for good. My backside is the last you'll see of me. I'm going in search of gold, make my money before I'm old. Don't worry, don't you weep, and don't you wait for me, Marie. Changing teams in Clinton when an itch hit his thigh. He headed for the whorehouse, Angelina did oblige. She rode him like a thoroughbred, racing for the flag. He's down to $20 as Angelina lights a bag. It was a bumpy ride to Barkerville, but he had a smile on his face. He started waxing philosophical about the human race. So fools like us that toil makes my poor blood boil. But I'm tired of all the cow shit and plowing into soil. Don't wait for me, Marie, this time I'm gone for good. My backside is the last you'll see of me. I'm going in search of gold, make my money before I'm old. Don't worry, don't you weep, and don't you wait for me, Marie. Shovel, tobacco, whiskey for when he's dry. Came to $15, Silas waved them bills goodbye. He set out with 5 spot left and stake on Keithley Creek. Start digging, panning, sluicing, and looking for that street. The story don't end the way you think it might, 'cause Silas hit the mother lode on a dark and desperate night. He went back in Barkerville, got loaded and had a fight. Hopped the stage to Angelina with a ring and a dress of white. They moved to the mud streets of Vancouver, built a mansion on Davie Street. Silas fancied himself a robber baron, and life was tasting sweet. Through the years the family feuded, inventing every kind of need, till the seed Silas had sown fell prey to avarice and greed. And money was gone and the big bad bankers had taken all the deeds. And the great-great-grandson just got busted for selling weed. Don't wait for me, Marie. This time I'm gone for good. My backside is the last you'll see of me. I'm going in search of gold, make my money before I'm old. Don't worry, don't you weep, and don't you wait for me, Marie. Don't worry, don't you weep, and don't you wait for me.